They loved each other for 47 years, without saying it. There are some people who enter your life quietly. No fireworks, no dramatic moment, no grand beginning. And somehow, they become the person you remember forever. Daniel first saw Evelyn in the fall of 1976. It was raining that morning, the kind of rain that turned sidewalks silver and made everyone walk a little faster. He was standing outside the university library, holding books under his jacket, trying to keep them dry. That was when he noticed her. She stood under the edge of the building, watching the rain like she had nowhere urgent to be. Dark coat, wet hair, a small notebook pressed against her chest, and eyes that looked like they were always thinking about something deeper than everyone else. He would remember those eyes for the rest of his life. She noticed him struggling with the books and laughed softly. Not at him, just warmly. Then she stepped closer and lifted her umbrella slightly. Enough for both of them. Neither of them said much while crossing the street. But strangely, the silence didn't feel awkward. It felt easy, like continuing a conversation they had somehow started years before meeting. Over the next few months, they kept finding each other. Same library table, same coffee shop, same train platform after evening classes, sometimes accidentally, sometimes intentionally, though neither of them admitted that part. Daniel learned Evelyn loved old poetry books. Evelyn learned Daniel always reread the last page of novels first, because he hated sad endings. "You spoil the story for yourself," she once told him. Daniel smiled. "Only if the ending's bad." She laughed at that, and for some reason, that laugh became his favorite sound in the world. People around them noticed it before they did. The way Daniel always looked for her in crowded rooms. The way Evelyn relaxed the second he arrived somewhere. The way conversations between them never seemed forced. Like they were both speaking a language only they understood. But life is strange sometimes, because two people can mean everything to each other and still never say the thing that matters most. One winter evening, they missed the last train home because of a snowstorm. The station was nearly empty, just fluorescent lights, cold air, and silence. They sat beside each other on a wooden bench sharing terrible vending machine coffee. Evelyn's hands were freezing. Daniel gave her his gloves without thinking. She looked at him for a long moment after that, like she wanted to say something important. But instead, she simply whispered, "You're a good person, Daniel." And somehow, those words stayed with him longer than any compliment ever had. Years passed quietly after graduation. Not suddenly, not dramatically, just the way life moves, slowly at first, then all at once. Daniel got a job in Chicago. Evelyn stayed behind to care for her father after he became ill. At first, they wrote letters constantly. Long letters. The kind people don't write anymore. Stories about work, about weather, about loneliness, about tiny things that only mattered because they were telling each other. And buried carefully between ordinary sentences were all the things they never had the courage to say directly. Daniel almost told her once. It was late at night. He had written the words 3 separate times. "I think I love you," then crossed them out each time. In the end, he mailed the letter without them. Evelyn almost said it too, more than once. But fear has a quiet way of convincing people there will always be more time. And sometimes there isn't. Years became decades. Daniel got married eventually. So did Evelyn. Not because they stopped loving each other, but because life kept moving forward, and neither of them knew what else to do. Still, they never fully disappeared from each other's lives. Birthday cards arrived every year, holiday phone calls, occasional lunches when work brought Daniel back into town. And every single time they saw each other, there was always that feeling, that invisible sentence hanging in the air between them. Unspoken, waiting. At 42, Daniel saw Evelyn sitting alone at a cafe window during a business trip. For a second, the entire world felt young again. Same eyes, same quiet smile, different wrinkles, different lives. But somehow, still her. They spoke for 3 hours that afternoon about marriages, children, work, life. Everything except the one thing they actually wanted to talk about. When they finally stood to leave, Evelyn looked at him carefully and asked, "Do you ever wonder what would have happened if we'd been braver?" Daniel opened his mouth, then closed it again, because the truthful answer was, every single day. Time continued doing what time always does. It carried them forward whether they were ready or not. Hair turned gray. Children became adults. Friends slowly disappeared. Life softened around the edges. And still, somewhere beneath all those years, their love remained exactly where they left it, waiting, quietly, patiently. When Daniel turned 70, he received a letter written in familiar handwriting. Evelyn wanted to see him, just once more. He drove 3 hours that morning, hands trembling slightly on the steering wheel. Not from age, from fear, because deep down, he already knew this meeting would matter more than all the others. She was sitting on a bench near the lake when he arrived, wrapped in a long beige coat, gray hair moving softly in the wind. Older, smaller somehow, but still unmistakably Evelyn. Daniel sat beside her quietly. For a while, neither of them spoke. They simply watched the water together, like no time had passed at all. Then finally, Evelyn smiled gently and said, "We wasted a lot of time, didn't we?" Daniel looked down at his hands, then laughed softly through tears. "Yeah," he whispered. "We probably did." The wind moved gently across the lake, and for the first time in 47 years, there was nothing left protecting them from the truth. Evelyn reached for his hand carefully. "I loved you," she said. No hesitation, no fear anymore. Just honesty. Simple. Late. Beautiful honesty. Daniel closed his eyes for a second, as if hearing the words hurt, and healed him at the same time. Then he smiled, the kind of smile people wait entire lifetimes for. "I know," he whispered back, "and I loved you too." Sometimes love stories don't fail because feelings disappear. Sometimes they fail because people are afraid of timing, afraid of ruining things, afraid of rejection, afraid of change. And before they realize it, their whole lives have passed quietly around the words they never said. But maybe there's still something beautiful about it. Because even after 47 years, through marriages, distance, children, loss, and time itself, they still found each other again. And maybe that kind of love, the kind that survives silence, is rare enough to matter anyway. Like and subscribe for more silent truth stories.